I just tell the story over here very quickly? Those of you who remember Rabbi Friedman, who was the Rav in Kol Yaakov for a bit. People remember? Remember Friedman, or Shalom Ami Friedman?
Yeah.
He was a rabbi in one of the small communities here. They just opened up a few years ago some of the Red Cross archives. He discovered only 4 or 5 years ago, he discovered that his grandmother, who his father had always thought had been killed and they tried to find her after the war, was actually alive in Antwerp in 1950 and still asking about his father and his family. And they only discovered, and they've tried and they can't find any record of her past 1951 in Antwerp, and they don't know what happened afterwards. But because the Red Cross closed the archives and they didn't match it up, they didn't know, they just now discovered it.
But it is impossible. When I would read it in a fiction, in a book, that something like that can help me, I say it is impossible. Even for fiction it is okay for fiction, but not in real life.
So when did you meet your brother?
My brother, from Hungary you could not go out. He married, he had the children there. In 56, where it was the, how you say it in English? Yeah. Then he came to Israel. He lives in Israel. He has the children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. A big family, Baruch Hashem.
When did you meet him? When did you meet him?
56. With 3 children.
You went to Israel to meet him?
I was in Israel.
Are you in Israel?
I am still in Switzerland. I haven't still managed. That for you, okay. We jumped here. And that for Switzerland, what should we do? We wanted to stay. And it was very good to be there. But we wanted to go to Israel. We went to Israel. In 46. I remember when the Satmar Rebbe went, also in 46, he went after Purim. I met him, I was with him. I heard the Megillah, because I was with my uncle, the first Megillah in 45, I heard. In 46, summer, we went to Israel. It was again another, it was summer, very hot. We came from Switzerland, then already we came from civilization. Where to go? Again, people went in different kibbutzim, Mizrahi Shomer HaTzair, or Hofetz Chaim. We went to Hofetz Chaim. But this year was just after the Shemitah year, and that was the first year that they were in the place Gadara. They were very poor there. It was very difficult. The people, the Haverim had also not houses there, only a few. They lived a few in houses, a few in these wood houses. But for us, what could they do? And this summer it was hot, in tent. The bathroom, the toilet was very far away. It was difficult. It was not easy. I saw that life is not for us. So, but we had nothing, no money, nothing. So travel to Tel Aviv, I tried to organize, to manage, to going out from there. And then we went to a Mossad, have you heard in Bnei Barak, Pesya Shereshevsky. She was also a Polish woman. She looked.
She helped people a lot.
She was a, and so.
She was also in Auschwitz. She supported people in Auschwitz.
Yes, yes.
That's right.
And that who supported us, then it was another very different than to do. Today it would not happen. The Ponyovishirav came to us. It was another sort of life. Then it was Ponyovish building. But, and from there we went to work. We paid something. But we saw also that is also when after a while we were already a bit in Israel, we somehow could manage. Then we looked for a room with my 3 sisters. Other girls looked for another room, and like that we began our life. Then I met my husband and I married. And no, I married, that is another story, in 48. 48 was the war. Lag BaOmer, it was just a few weeks before the war. No, it was already the war. It was already war.
10 days off.
Sorry, it was already.
May 48.
When we,
15.
yeah, you are right. It was already the war.
16, 20.
Yeah,
12 days after.
yeah. Then